What are the core principles and foundations of American entrepreneurship, and what sets us apart from other nations in this regard?
Prior to the book, most people would say that it was immigrants, it was a large national marketplace, which I think is still the case, it was the wide open frontier, and it was research universities that created new infrastructure and technologies. And I think those are partly the case. But what I think is really unique about the United States is the political system and the way the political system allows entrepreneurship to find light of day. That's very, very unique. Israel does a great job of it. Everybody's very well familiar with the story of Israel, but Israel has one advantage, which is they export most of their technology and they disrupt companies in other markets. In the United States, we allow innovators to find their way because we have a separation of powers in different government. You have the legal system, you have the legislation system, you have the executive branch, or because we have federalism, where some government happens at a national level and some happens at a state level. But there's always a way for an innovator to find their voice over time. Doesn't always happen, but overall, that has been behind it. We have a second set of areas where our financial system is very decentralized. We've had a lot of small banks. We now have obviously a very strong venture capital market. In many other countries, access to capital is very concentrated and very centralized, and that's not the case here, and it hasn't been for a long time. Even the credit markets are often driven by bonds and publicly traded fixed incomes rather than banks. But big banks don't dominate the economy here or the access to capital here the way they do in many other parts of the world, if not most other parts of the world. And then finally, we have a very strong consumer voice. It's a democracy, and consumers want to make their decisions, and it's a stronger voice here than in many other countries. Many other countries, you pay more, you have less choice, you have less recourse, and so here a good innovator with a good consumer will find its way to the market. A perfect case in point is Uber. Faced a lot of challenges, but in the United States, people didn't like the way the taxi cabs were working. Well, local government had to respond, and Uber was able to get out to the market and do so bigger and faster than competitors in Europe and Asia and elsewhere.